Hey everybody, it's been over a month, I guess, since I did the last video, maybe close to a month, and I wanted to sort of follow up. I had said I was going to do a video of more of a stage setup with like a draped background and something really neutral. So I'm gonna go ahead and set that up today, and as I'm walking around this room trying to find the best light for this little intro, this happened. So I have a ceiling light, okay? And I also have a window directly across from me. So if you look at the shadows on my face, as I come into the room, I'm directly under the ceiling light. Look at this. I look 100. And then as I step past it, oh, I'm young. I don't know what it means to you or not, but it's that simple. It's something to consider. If I were to just shut this guy up, well, like there you go. It's completely different. So always be looking. Now that that's done, I am going to set up, I think I'm going to use this table that we have our lovely crafting area on. So I will throw a couple things on there. The shave bowls are gone, so I'm gonna have to try to find something else to shoot. They all sold out. I guess everybody thought pandemic was a great time to take up wet shaving. So the bowls are gone. So I will figure something else out here. I'm going to use a crappy little nightstand light. I'm going to use some available light because I do have the window across from me. And yeah, we'll just try some stuff out. Hopefully we can get something good. Okay, this is who we're gonna photograph today. This is Boo. He is my son's. He's terribly cute. He's got this shiny little pumpkin. He's got some shine in the embroidery on his teeth. And of course, his eyes are basically sparkly parties. He has a seam in front that in the right shadow looks a bit offside, so we'll have to keep a close eye on that. And I also want to make sure that his tail is nice and flat as well, just because he looks better, and get rid of the dog hair. Okay, so this is Boo. Now, I played for a brief time off camera with this, and just turn it back on. I actually like it better without. So my plan is changing already. I did a bit of this where I actually flipped this on its side to create a bit more of a spotlight rather than just letting it come through the sort of opaque glass of the lamp. And although it's fine, I mean, if I hold it up above, I can get some interesting sort of shadows on him. And I can change the location of his shadow, obviously, in the background with this. Although that's fine, upon further reflection, I kind of like him without. I like the color temperature of this. I think that given the location of my ceiling light in this room, this actually works okay. So my ceiling light is not directly above him, like that's directly above him, it's back. So the way that it's hitting him is like here and obviously here. So it's kind of coming down like sunlight. If I were to reorient this whole thing and have him turned now, that ceiling light is slightly behind and to the side, and granted we've lost our neutral background, so it's lacking in simplicity already. But we've also created these horrible shadows. He's got no highlight in that eye really at all. It's a poor angle. So yes, I could photograph him here. And if I did this, there's a neutral photo. I'll get my hand out of there. There's a neutral photo of Boo. It sucks, but it's a photo of Boo. Instead, I'm gonna lay this back down. I'm gonna turn everything the way that we had it. It's just much, much nicer of him from this angle and with this lighting. So what you can do to change things up a little bit, push this right against the wall. There we go. So obviously this is white on white. It's not bad. It's not the greatest, but it's not bad. And so I will take a picture. Oh, I should also say I'm envisioning this cropped in post-production, like here. So I don't have to worry too much about those edges showing. I am gonna crop those sides off like that. So if I wanted to change this to make it a bit more interesting, I could take this white away, and now Boo is on black. Oh, that stupid seam in the front looks so funny. There we go. Okay, you can get them on black. You can actually slide this. This is just a shelf out of my cupboard, you guys. Like it doesn't have to be fancy stuff. It's just stuff that's around the house. There. Could do him like that. Not great. It's kind of flat lighting, but in a pinch, this would get you by. He still shows the sparkly bits. He still shows the reflective little pumpkin. He's still got a bit of something going on. Now let's say that you were really set on like that, you know, that draped, horizonless background. I give you Bristol board. And so all you do is you choose your color. I'm totally gonna choose the orange because pumpkin. So I'll just, oopsies. Get rid of those. Get my orange. And all I need to do is tape this to the wall and tape it to the table so it doesn't move. So I'm just gonna do that and then I'll be back. Okay, we are taped. We are taped. This is the very end of my painter's tape, my low tack tape. So we don't get to play very much. When you're using one of these paper backdrops, the most important thing to remember is to avoid creases in it. So like this up here, if you photograph with all of that showing, I will disown you. It just looks awful. If you're going to try the illusion background, take the time and do it properly. This paper is cheap. And if you need bigger paper than this, you can buy rolls of paper for, I don't even know how much, not very much money. You can buy a roll of newsprint. You could use a, you could get a vinyl blind from like Walmart or Canadian Tire or something like that. You could, you know, just a white vinyl blind like this. Like that. I could shoot on that blind and it would be fine. I'd have to play with a little bit of lighting stuff to avoid the reflections and that, but completely, I could use that. So do it right, eliminate the bumps and lumps and wrinkles. And I'm just gonna turn him so his eyes look perky again. Oh, he's so cute. I can't even deal with him. So I think that would be fine. Again, the lighting isn't perfect, but it shows him well. It shows nice texture. The details are all there. It's in focus. It's straight. The horizon line, like this line here, is straight. It's not shot like this where he's half tipped and everybody thinks he's drunk. So there's obviously some care taken. And this is a decent photo. The way to make this better is for me to open the window, and I'm just going to do that while it's recording so that you can see what that does. So right now all the light is coming from the top. Now it's coming from the side and the top. So we've got a little bit of a temperature problem happening. And what I'm going to do is turn off the overhead light. So now I'm sitting in the dark in this room with my window open. Now this is an issue for me. This light has, this eye rather, has gone completely black. And that's just because he's not actually catching light in it. If I turn him even that much, and I can swivel my camera around a tiny bit and move him forward so I don't lose the background. Hey, buddy. Oh my God, he's cute. That stupid seam on his crotch. Come on. There. I think that's fine. And I'm gonna do that. So the temperature has shifted a little bit. It's a little bright, like exposure-wise, but if that's gross. So the auto exposure of my camera, if I touch on his head, that just went like crazy blue. That's awful. I'm gonna click on the background again. That was not nice. Yeah, look what that does. That's brutal. So your cameras are going to be better or worse at actually choosing the correct exposure here. What I might want to do with this one is turn on this weird desk lamp again, or this nightstand, and I could, here's what I'm doing. I'm holding it up as though it's like a stage spotlight, and I can actually get him where I want to be. And it buzzes. Oh my God, it buzzes. It makes me crazy. I don't know if you can hear that. But there's our guy. That's not bad. And take it away, and we're back to that cool window light. I'm going to get rid of this orange because I want to show you something on black, because he has so much white on him. He's such a bright surface that I'm going to show you how to force some shadows in where, like right now, he's got this tiny little bit of shadow, but we'll look at adding a bit of shadow just by using darker pieces around him. Okay, I've been playing with this for a bit. I didn't do exactly what I was thinking of, because my black Bristol board is not like really black, it's kind of gray, so that changes things a bit. Lots of times when you have something like this sketchbook is black, so when you have something that is having too much reflection or you know, not deep enough shadows on one side, what you can do is, it's kind of the reverse of that reflector that I showed you in the other video. It's, I don't know what you would call it, a blocker maybe. You can put something dark and it actually creates a shadow where there wasn't one before. It kind of sucks that light up and stops it from coming back, because no matter what, I mean, unless you're in a completely dark room with nothing going on, you're going to have light bouncing around the room. And so in here, for instance, I have a white closet door just to the left of where I'm shooting. And so all of this is coming from that window across this room, it's hitting this, and it's coming back onto him. And so if I wanted to create a darker side to him, I could put like this sort of a little blocker thing in there, and it just stops some of that light from coming in. And you have to be careful with your cropping and your positioning and that, but it can change it. So what I have gone with instead of that, because that just wasn't working quite the way that I wanted it to, and I will tell you now, this is beyond frustrating for me because I have a camera downstairs that will blow all of this out of the water, and I have the equipment and I have all the stuff, but I'm trying to do this in a way that doesn't require any of those extra things. So in my camera, I just change this exposure and I'm good. Like, it's fine. But in my phone, I have to frickin' fight with it. So, okay, here's Boo. And he is on that black. We've lost a lot of excitement in that eye. It's really boring. So again, I have my white paper now. I can hold it up and increase that reflection. So now I've got a bit more of a hot spot on that side of his face, if that's what I decide I want. So he's still got like this little shadow under here. He's got some nice shadows in there and under there. They all still exist, but he doesn't have dead eyes if I hold this up. He's got a bit of something going on. Again, not my favorite. I'm starting to wonder if Boo was the right choice for something to photograph because I'm not really loving him anywhere in here. I think what I might want to do, if you just watch his little face, if I had the time and the wherewithal to move all this crap, I would pull that table even closer to this window so that I could, like that right there. That angle on him is perfect. He's got a nice little light in his eyes. He looks fuzzy. The pumpkin looks shiny. You can see the little shadows up in his top of his head there. I would probably reflect a little bit of light back into that eye because it is a little dead for me, but I like the angle for everything else. I would pull that table over here. I would shoot him here, and you could do it on that swoopy backdrop if you wanted that. Another neat thing, this curtain, it has a white background. So if I have so much stuff in this room, you guys. If I just hold Boo here, yeah, I could pull the table over, haul this curtain out, inside out, so that the white side was showing, make the swoop with it. Oh, maybe I should just do it. Okay, hang on. I have a helper. Here's what I've done. I've moved a tiny table over. I have a curtain. I'm gonna put him on here. I'm going to encourage my helper to lift his arms and spread them. Bring this one this way. Higher, Cole. So if I messed with this and if I had it taped to something actually useful, this is super distracting to me, but it's tough to get good help nowadays, isn't it, Cole?
Yeah, my arms are losing strength.
I know your arms are losing strength. Just work with me here, dude. Look how cute he is. So backdrop aside, imagine that is flat and my poor, okay, you're done, honey. My poor child is not in the background holding it. You know what? Maybe I can, where's my shelf? What if I use my shelf? White on white? Well, that's fine, other than the dead eye. Oh, Boo, why do you hate me? Boink. There you are. So we could work with that lighting. I like the reflections in his eyes. I like the shape of them. I think it's interesting. He's got a nice little shadow under here. I'm trying to hold this with one hand and hold the camera with the other hand. It's ridiculous. I'm gonna get nice and close on his face and just do a cute little, oh, hi baby. Okay, so that's how I would photograph him. I set out to show you crappy desk lamp or nightstand photos. I did not do that. I'm gonna flip this. Okay, I was gonna show you the crappy desk lamp or the nightstand lamp photos. I'm sorry, I don't like it. I tried, I don't like it. The window light is just so much nicer. Boo looks better. Maybe that was just the wrong light, the wrong temperature, the wrong room. This blue room flashes around different colors of reflections. So I may come back to that. I might just say, sorry, desk lamps are trash. Find a window. Surely to God, you have a window somewhere in your house you can use. Try to do that. If you have to use a desk lamp, use the reflections to your advantage. Try adding shadows when you can. Try changing the shapes of your shadows when you can. Just, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to say anymore. Spend the time and don't just take the first photo and say you're done because it looks like the thing you're trying to sell. Try to make it better. And then try to make that better. And then 15 photos later, you're gonna have something really good and people are gonna wanna buy that item. So don't rush it, spend the time. If you're going to use a paper backdrop, get rid of those wrinkles and try to create that illusion. If that's what you're going for, do it well. Make that illusion, eliminate that horizon line and just make it seamless. If you pull your item that you're trying to sell, like if this is the back of your seamless backdrop, if you're going to tape it up there and you're going to sit him down here, the further he is from this, the less those shadows and wrinkles and, you know, little stains and things, the less those are going to show. If he's right up against it, he's in focus, it's in focus. If he's way out here, he's in focus, it's blurry background. So that's the best advice I can give you as far as those seamless backdrops go. I hope this is helpful. I don't even know if this is helpful anymore. I hope it's helpful. I feel like I'm just in a room talking to myself. It's really strange. Okay, me and Boo, we're gonna go. I keep looking at the wrong side of the camera. Where are you? Yeah, good luck. I will hopefully get this up on the site soon. I did check the date of the other one. It hasn't been a month. I posted it 2 weeks ago. It just feels like a month because it's, you know, April the 93rd right now. So it's only been 2 weeks, but I feel like I've been putting this off forever. So hopefully this helps and you can continue to sell lots of stuff online if you're not opening your stores again. Okay, bye.